Hello, my name is Hye Young Kim. I'm an associate professor of the art in the Department of the Art and Visual Studies at Winston-Salem State University. As a visual artist, I have investigated human existence in the physical and psychological aspects by integrating traditional art making techniques such as drawing painting with experimental video and performance. Intimate distance drawings are based on the participatory performance in which two people close their eyes for 3 minutes and keep the physically closest distance by not trying to touch each other. So these drawings visualize the dynamics of intimate human relationship in various ways, from representative portrait to colorful abstraction using soft pastel. And now I will explain my drawings more with the images. I will explain the concept and medium and techniques. So I think intimate relationships start from a family. So when we're born, mom and dad and family, which is our first human relationship, and then the most intimate relationships I think we have. So I started this kind of project with my family. So they are my mom and dad, and they try to be so close, physically so close. So the intimate relationship for me, it's about kind of finding balance. So if you're far away, no problem. Or if you touch, that's easy. But if you try to something so close, but not touching, like right before touching, so you have to kind of stop or kind of keep this distance. So that was kind of it's kind of difficult. So because when I grew up in kind of big Korean family, and then we have a strong Asian kind of family bonding, I was a struggle between dependence and independence, and my personal decisions and family involvement. Because we have a very strong, very close, right? But where is kind of the balance? Where's the balance of dependence and independence in these kind of intimate relationships? So I did a performance with my kind of family and explore various family roles and then intimate human relationships. And this is me and my mom, and I try to be so close. And then for me, being close or being touched or being shared with this kind of intimate distance, I think was comfortable, because with your, especially with your mom, it's kind of comfortable to touching or hugging, kind of kissing. I have that kind of body experience with my mom. So I try to kind of explore that. And then this performance was expanded to other family, which is African American family. And I was invited their Thanksgiving dinner. And then these family were generously participating in this kind of performance in this, Thanksgiving like holiday. So so this is kind of father and son, their relationship. And I see that especially the kind of father was so kind of close to their sons. And then he was kind of playful, So sons try to try to not laughing, because the father tried to make a kind of joke and try to be close or try to be kind of kissing. And so it was, I think it's very interesting to see that their kind of intimate, kind of closer relationship. And this kind of the brother, their performance also was, they're kind of comfortable, but at the same time, they're not comfortable to be physically so close and kind of share this kind of the breath. So they try to kind of avoiding this kind of awkwardness. So based on this kind of performance, I have developed intimate distance kind of drawings. So these are from the husband and wife, and then I pay attention about on this intimate moment and their facial expression, even though they're closed eyes, and I try to be close up, and I try to kind of capture this, any kind of detail. They're like eyes, nose, any muscle, or any eyebrows, eyelashes. I try to kind of capture that moment of this kind of intimacy. And then another things, like I was really pay attention about these negative space for me. So intimate distance or intimate relationship, which is invisible, but as a visual artist, how I can visualize it, something invisible. So that's why I was pay attention on this negative space, and then I try to put the more kind of vivid color, and then I pay attention about this kind of outline or silhouette. And every performance of this intimate relationship, intimate distance, has a different kind of negative space they're creating. And this is another intimate distance drawing, mother and daughter. And actually, she's my sister and the niece. And then the time she was young, and she was very playful, and so she just making kind of play with her nose and just touching. And then I can see that they are very close, and they're very comfortable after touching. So I can kind of see that they're kind of relationship. So this performance, we're kind of try to keep the distance, but it was not the limitation. I just want to see that they're kind of the reaction when they are physically close, and hopefully kind of capture any intimate relationship moment or dynamics or any kind of tension. So I try to capture their facial expression, and then this kind of negative space of their intimate distance. So there's another, daughter and mother. This is my big sister and kind of the big niece. And then they're also creating, they're very so close, but it's not touching. So I was amazed that kind of finding these, kind of visually very intimate kind of distance, kind of close distance, and it create very interesting shape of this negative space. And then I use this kind of the yellow soft pastel. And there's another one, sister and the brother, and then they used to be so close. And then the brother, when he's became the teenager, and he was not kind of comfortable being touched or physically close to her sister, so he really tried to hold this ticklish awkwardness, this atmosphere, so awkwardness of this kind of performance. So but I can still capture that they they have a good relationship. They're still close. They play a lot when they're young. So they kind of show that they're kind of comfortable moments of kind of intimacy. And these are from the African American family in the Thanksgiving dinner. And this is kind of husband and wife. And I try to capture their kind of intimate moments by describing their facial expression. And then it's kind of close up, right, after that moment. And then I also try to emphasize their negative space, which is intimate distance with orange color. And there's another one in the brother and brother, especially these the younger brother, feel it is kind of strange or awkward, or it's kind of the funny, this kind of moment. So he really tried to hold his laughing. And then I try to kind of capture this kind of negative space, and then a kind of different response. He was a little bit more kind of focusing on concentration, more like a calm. And then the younger brother, he has more kind of interesting kind of, I guess, response. So this is also father and son. And then their relationship was so close, and the father was really playful and make a kind of sound of the kind of kissing that actually scared, his son. So I think it was kind of kind of good moment to see about how they're kind of playing in this kind of 3 minutes kind of performance. And I try to kind of capture their facial expression and texture of the beard, and their lips, and then this kind of the light and kind of the shady, and then this bright yellow color emphasize about this negative space. There's another one like a son and mother, and they're close. I think from these kind of but the performance in the family, usually a son and daughter with a mother, they're more comfortable, be physically close. I think it is from the kind of childhood experience. We was, you know, hugging, kissing all the time with the mom. Maybe a little bit, maybe more than dad. So I think that's still kind of our body memory. I think still remembers it, or just feel more kind of comfortable, being so close to mom, I guess. And I also, my drawings, not only these kind of representative portrait, but I also try to more do abstraction and using bright colors, contrasting colors, and patterns and lines and circles. So, and this one is, and I try to use this kind of circle as kind of the pattern. So they're kind of close, and I try to kind of create kind of similar pattern. And then, of course, it's kind of emphasizing about this negative space with a bright orange color. And this one, a mother and daughter drawing. And then I was, main thing about here, I was trying to emphasize on the negative space. And then I was explore how I can emphasize this negative space with a bright color. In this case, I try to make these kind of accumulate kind of the line to emphasize about this negative space, almost like a kind of show that kind of energy between two people. And here, intimate distance drawing, husband and wife, and then this couple just got married, and then was in the very in the romantic relationships. So in this kind of short performance, so they try to touching their nose, they try to touching their tongues, and they try to kissing each other. So they have this kind of romantic, kind of magnetic kind of power. So they want to be connected, they want to be together, they want to be kind of one. So I think it was very interesting that this intimate relationship in the romantic relationship, I guess. So I try to kind of express this romantic relationship with this kind of pink and orange and kind of the colors, and they're kind of connected, visualized with these kind of the lines, and then contrasting color of the kind of green, and this drawing boyfriend girlfriend, and I try to kind of express that intimate relationships is our human kind of the basic desire to have a someone's intimate relationship. But at the same time, we are very afraid to be hurt by someone who are so close. So because we are so close, so we know each other, or sometimes we hurt each other consciously or unconsciously. So that's when I try to visually express about this kind of sharp negative space. And this is another kind of drawing friend to friend. And then I try to explore this kind of similar pattern of different color of the circles. I think in the friend-friend relationship, they usually get along when they have a kind of similar interest or similar hobby or similar kind of subject or sports or major, So I try to kind of express about their kind of sharing interest, and I also try to explore about visualize these intimate moments using the lines and interesting the forms. It could be the breath, or it can be their kind of talking, and then I try to explore using these kind of entangle the lines. Another way to how I can explore portrait rather than representation. And this one, husband and wife, and I try to use this kind of the black silhouette and then kind of dark the blue, and also using these kind of blue lines. And I try to use line as kind of thread, so they're kind of connected and they're shared, right? Their conversation, and they share their memories and times. So, and then they are kind of entangled. So I try to kind of visualize about what can happen in between two people in the intimate relationships. And this is also another explanation about kind of the portrait, but using the more kind of negative and use kind of the white lines. Okay, so now I will explain that what kind of role drawing play in my art practice. So for me, drawing is a play to test my idea, to develop my idea, and practice different techniques or different kind of the color and forms, and then compare to the painting. The painting requires more the planning and commitment. So I know that for the painting, I know I know where I want to go, has a more kind of strong destination. But for drawing, it is more about kind of journey, which does not have destination. So I have a more freedom to play various kind of different ideas and different techniques and colors. So I think drawing is always interesting kind of journey. And then it helped me to kind of visualize my idea. So my idea is in my mind, but it's not developed yet, or sometimes I don't know where I kind of start. But drawing is always kind of the good start, help me to developing. And then I really enjoying the process of the drawing as play. Okay. Thank you so much for your time.